Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And obviously today we've got the Bystial Synchron deck for you guys. I'll just give my thoughts on it whilst going through the deck profile. It's alright. I think without playing the Rockets, it's just not... It's not as good. It's not as like... you don't always get access to a tuner. And you'll see why in the profile. So yeah, it's still fun. Really fun. And obviously it's still Dragon Link. And Dragon Link is just crazy good. So... I can still do quite a lot of things. You can obviously still combo, and with the Bystials you can definitely still survive, and then when you can get hold of a tuner you can just absolutely pop off. And some of the interactions in this deck are so fun and so niche, and I just really enjoy them. So let's get into the profile. So obviously I know this card is very pricey, but it's pricey for a reason. It is just a very, very good card. Obviously you discard it to add any Bystial from your deck to your hand, and then also while it's in the graveyard you contribute a level 6 or higher dark dragon monster, and then you can summon it to the field. And also then you can activate the effect to set a continuous spell or trap from your deck. That is branded basically. So 3 of those. I know it's really expensive. There's not really a substitute for it. So anyone that's watching this thinking that there's a budget version, there's not really. But this should get reprinted soon in the tins. Then of course we have 3 Magnemite. He's one of the best ones. He searches things out, searches any dragon, so it basically searches your entire deck. Then we've got 3 Saronir. Saronir again is another one, just because this gets you access to your Lubellion. There is actually a cool combo with this and Synchron, where you can end like Baron, Seals, and then a Regained, which gets you a Dispatter. So on your opponent's turn by reborning it. So really, really good. That's a bounce and 2 negates. So yeah, really, really good. So 3 of those, and then I just play 1 Druid's Worm. When it goes to the graveyard, basically you can pop it with Beast and to trigger it, and then you can send one of your opponent's monsters to the grave. Then we've got 1 Baldrake, tribute a monster, one other light or dark monster, and then obviously you get to banish the special summoned monster when they do special summon. Then we've got 1 Bystial Alubalite. This is not normally played, but this is basically a searchable tuner, because you can search for it with Bystial Lubellion and you can search for it through Magnemite. So that's why I played 1 of these, and obviously this and any of your other Bystials is a Synchro 10. So really, really good for that. So yeah, just played that just 1. It did actually come up a few times where I added it, where I had 2 Bystials on field, and then they were quite confused, and then obviously just normal summon and then make Baron, and then you can just combo freely. So pretty nice. Then obviously we do play the 1 Beast, just really good at just like popping stuff, and it does kind of work. You can pop one of your cards, and then when you need to you can reborn them with Regained. So it does kind of work in similar ways, also by triggering your Druid's Worm. And then Regained is really good because you can keep shuffling cards back and drawing cards, which is really, really nice to be able to draw into your non-engine. So that's it for all the Bystial stuff. Pretty standard. One of the best cards in the deck is Assault Synchron. So this is basically this and the Bystials are like what you're really going for. So you have to max out and play in 3 of these. This is basically just a special summon level 2 tuner. You have to burn 600 life points, but it doesn't really matter. And then the cool interaction with this is once you tribute your Dispatter with your Bystial Lubellion, then you can banish this from the graveyard and then summon the Dispatter back. So it basically gives you a free one. Then obviously you can summon this back with the Dispatter. So really, really good. I think that's a really, really cool interaction, because then obviously again you could pop Dispatter with Beast on your opponent's turn, and then use this to, because this Beast tributes, so you'd be able to banish this again on your opponent's turn and then summon it back. So really, really cool. Yeah. Then for our normal summons, we just play the 2 safer. We don't want to play too many normal summons. Just want enough really, and then just played 3 Black Metal. Black Metal I think is the better one in this version, just because it gets you straight to Seals automatically. And with Safer, although it is good because you can send any one of your Bystials and search out any one of your other Bystials, I just prefer Black Metal over it in this build. And then to go with those, we obviously have the one Red MD. So yeah, that's like the easiest way to make seals with those cards. Then for the Chaos stuff, obviously we've got one white, one black, and one Chaos Dragon Legionnaire. I think these three cards are just always going to be in a Dragon deck because they're just so good. Then the last monster for like for engine, I guess, is I play one Ringo Worm. So Ringo Worm is only a one-off because you can only synchro with this. Like either you have to use it as your normal summon because it doesn't special, or you can send it from Ravine, and then if you've already synchro summoned that turn, then you can banish it to synchro summon again. So it's just like a win more extender. It's not actually necessary. You could cut it if you wanted, but one of those. One card that is actually really good in this is 3 tuning. So this is good because it adds you the Assault Synchron, and then you get to mill a card, and then hopefully you mill a light or dark monster, which most of your deck is light or dark, and then you basically got your Bystial cards up and running and ready to go. So this card is actually really important for the build. Then as standard, 3 Chaos Space. This card is just so good. It's a draw, and just again get your Bystials going because you can send something to the grave. It unbricks your hand, so you can do other things. So yeah, this is like seals in a draw at least. So yeah, 3 of those. Again, this is pretty standard to be in a Dragon Link deck. Then obviously 1 Ravine, no Boot Sector because I don't play, obviously as you saw I didn't play any Rockets. I actually missed the Rockets. I think they need them just to be able to get that access to, because Quick Launch is just so good. It just gets you access to a level 4 tuner like straight away, and it's not once per turn, so you can just keep going. So really missed those, but Ravine is still good. Often I used it to send either another Lubellion or to send like a Levy and then add it back with Safer, or send a Safer to be able to add back my Lubellion and stuff like that. So yeah, loads of cool things you can do. 1 cooled by because we don't want to be hand trapped. So, and then finally for my like non-engine choices, I went for 3 Kashtira Fenrir, and to be honest, it actually put in a hell of a lot of work. Fenrir is just so good in this build. Like in any deck, I think at the moment it's just mostly really good. So yeah, really happy with it. I played 2 Dark Ruler No More just in case there's like a board that you can't break, you just Dark Ruler it, and then your normal combo should be able to break the board and then be enough interruptions for your opponent's turn as well. So yeah, I just played those 3, and then just 3 Imperm. I just think it's like it's quite good for being able to turn off like floodgates and stuff like that. So in one game I got there can be only one. I set this in the same column. They couldn't kill me their turn. I survived. It come to my turn. I turned it off and then comboed. Popped it with Baron. And then yeah, won the game. So yeah, Imperm I think is like one of the best cards at the moment. Onto the extra deck. So obviously we've just played the 1 Stroker Dragon and then 2 Seals. Again, really like these cards. Stroker Dragon is just such a good card. And then you have to play Seals because obviously you make 1 in the combo, and then there can be a time where you need to make a 2nd in the grind game. So 2 does come up in the like grindier games. Then we've got 1 Romulus, and this obviously adds you Ravine. So if you want to be super greedy, it's not actually necessary. You could cut that and Ravine. It's not make or break. 1 IP, you can make this in your end board if your hand is like absolutely ridiculous. 1 Unicorn to go with the IP. Then obviously you can make Appaloosa as well in the combo, or if you really need to, after you summoned a couple of Bystials on your opponent's turn, you can IP into Appaloosa to have a few more interactions. Access to Code Talker just to finish out games. I just think he's really good. So that's it for the Link monsters. Then going into the Synchros, I'll do because the synchros are quite important, so I'll just do the 2 XZs first. So I play 1 Atum, it basically summons any dragon from your deck, and then 1 Wallow. Never made this, and I made this once. Yeah, it's not. They weren't great. I just didn't know what else to put in. Potentially it could have been like a Tomb and a Zeus or something, but I went for these. Now I would probably play the new yugioh Lars, because that's a discard 2 and it's a negate, so that would definitely be better than these 2. Then we've got 1 XL Synchro Stardust Dragon. This card is so good. You basically make this with Assault Synchron and any Bystial, and then you reborn the Assault Synchron and with this, and then you get to make any 10. So it can be Chaos Angel, Bystial to Spatter, or Baron de Fleur. Speaking of, 1 Baron, obviously it's the negate. It's the best, one of the best 10s printed. Then we got Chaos Angel. I only made this if I really wanted to like kill my opponent. So didn't make it very much because you don't normally need to. But still very good. For the last 10, obviously Bystial to Spatter. This card is so good. It's an extender, it's a negate, it's a pop. This was really good. I actually used the pop effect more than anything, but I think that's just because I played against a lot of, I played against Cash a lot. So obviously when they activate their field spell, you just pop it and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty good. And then the last card is obviously 1 Skylight just for time. It is a good card, so yeah, never made it just because it's locals, but yeah. It was going to be Lulu Lilith, just because sometimes it does come up that you've got like a 9 on field or something and you need a 2, so, and then that makes it an 11 obviously. Oh sorry, she's a 12. When you've got a 10 on field and then you have like you can reborn the Assault Synchron, or there was times where I made Baron, made Dispatter, and then I had Ringo Worm Engrave, so then I can banish it, summon a token, then Bystial's Despair and Ringo Worm can make Lulu or Lilith, and then I can reborn this with Regained on my opponent's turn. So it just gives you like another negate, so that's why it was going to be that, but someone needed to borrow it, so I just put in a Night Fiend in my deck. And so guys, other than that little mess up at the end where I thought Lulu was an 11, I don't know why I thought that, doesn't make any sense at all, but yeah, that's the deck profile. I played it recently. It was quite good. I can't really complain. Other than the times that you don't see either Assault Synchro or Tuning, then you just get heavily punished for that. I probably should have played Prosperity or something, just to try and dig for it. But that's something I can do maybe next time. But that's the deck profile. Let me know what you think down in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.